New details this morning in the murder of Jamarion Robinson, who was shot more than 50 times by law enforcement. A U.S. Marshal and Clayton County police officer both pleading not guilty to the charges. 11 Alive's Joe Hankey spoke to his mother after the plea hearing.
The state of Georgia versus Eric Heinz. And position number 4, the state of Georgia versus Christopher Hutchins.
Marshal Eric Heinz and Clayton County Officer Christopher Hutchins appeared in court for the first time. Both remained silent as their attorneys entered their not guilty pleas, and the judge scheduled for a jury to hear the case. Monteria Robinson, Jamarion Robinson's mother, says the trial would begin more than 6 years after her son's death. Following years of waiting, she is relieved to have this case now in a courtroom, but is still struggling with the loss of her son.
It re-triggers the anxiety, the stress, the depression, so on and so forth. So if you ask me if I'm good, no, I'm not good. You know, I do want a conviction so I can put this behind me.
In October, a grand jury indicted Heinz and Hutchins, charging them with felony murder and several other charges for the killing of Jamarion Robinson. Days later, Heinz and Hutchins turned themselves in, only spending an hour in jail and then walking out after receiving $50,000 bonds. Sources with the U.S. Marshals Service and Clayton County Police confirm both officers have been placed on administrative duty until this case is resolved. The officers were part of a federal task force in September of 2016, attempting to arrest Robinson on outstanding warrants. At the time, the marshals reported Robinson had a gun. He would be shot 59 times, leaving him with 76 gunshot wounds, per a medical examiner's report. At the time, federal policy did not allow the task force to wear body cameras, but someone nearby recorded cell phone video which captured audio of nearly 3 minutes of gunfire. A private detective the family hired uncovered evidence of gunshots straight into the ground where Robinson's body was lying. Monteria Robinson is ready to hear the evidence in the case come out in court.
I knew as long as I kept, being aggressive and, kept, on the DA, that we would eventually be here.
It'll be a long process moving ahead for Jamarion's family. The Fulton County judge says the September trial date could change as needed. Last year, attorneys for the officers requested this case be moved to federal court, where court records show they would attempt to seek immunity for their actions as federal officers. Prosecutors have objected, and a federal judge hasn't ruled yet. So for now, this case remains in state court.